actually re-recording commentary. At the time of recording the video, I was feeling a little bit sick. So the intentions were just to play music during the attack. So actually, after my initial entry into the war, because I did state that I was feeling sick, but I'm trying out something different, and oh, I didn't even press play. Okay, so I'm actually trying out a little bit, something a little bit different. I'm trying to do commentary after recording the video. This is probably my third attempt at doing it. So this is a lot earlier than I would normally play on Saturdays. It's just that since I was feeling sick, I didn't work my primary job that night. So I was able to record earlier. Usually I'll record within the last 3 hours, which I really don't like doing because sometimes the hardest teams are left over. So as you can tell, this was the only opponents on the field so we can get the flip. I took some heroes that I normally don't get to use that stay at the bottom part of my roster. And Frigg, I've rarely used. Kingston, I love him, but he needs a costume because his stats are outdated. Almer, I use him for the elemental defense down, and I could tell I made the mistake of taking the sniper version, and I'm working on Evelyn, and she's gonna add some really great synergy to whichever team I put her on. So, as you can probably guess, I beat this one and I was relying on the ghost in lane. I think I played this one pretty quickly. I wanted to make sure that I use Reese, who I rarely use these days, which is a shame because he used to be one of my favorite healers. Because it was very rare to have fast healers. Most of them were, a lot of the good ones were slow. So I had him on one of my strongest holy teams for quite a while until I replaced him with Guardian Gazelle. So as you could tell, this was an easy cleanup. Oops. I guess at this point it really doesn't matter if I raise the volume because I don't really have any commentary throughout the video. Let's see what my second team is. I don't remember. Oh, it's this one. It's this one. Basically, to give you a heads up, I pretty much stacked my team. The majority of the colors I stacked against the flank. And I have to see again who I chose as my two other colors. Oh, I think I remember now. I chose. Actually, I see what I'm doing now. I'm actually looking at the points. And I think because I'm not doing commentary, I go through the plays a lot quicker. Because since I wasn't talking in the video, I just played as normal, which I think it does help me to play a little bit slower. But there's good and bad to doing commentary during your play because sometimes it can be a distraction. And sometimes it's hard to play and make kind of do commentary together. But there is a little bit of beauty to. There's actually beauty of doing it because you slow down, and as you can see, I didn't start with any dark, so I wasn't too happy about that. And of course, nature was such a predominant color here. I don't really like my nature heroes. They're not really my strongest. So, as I mentioned earlier, I brought the darks to color stack against that that flank on the left. The guy in yellow, I don't remember his name, Wolf something. I have Thorn because I was looking for a Triceri color, and then I have Roughing and Nurgib just so I can steal mana. I have my healer as Dark Feather to counteract. I think the one on the left, I don't remember his name. I think it's Dark something, but he inflicts Wither, and I believe that Grimsteel adds growth to the team. So basically, Dark Feather was to counteract the other. I was gonna say gremlins, the other goblins. I like this version of Thorn because his mana generation kind of makes him faster after you've already used him once. His mana speed's a little bit faster. Okay. So this is the third one, and I think, spoiler alert, I made a very, very pivotal mistake. You'll see what ended up happening. And I'll explain what led me to that mistake after I finish typing. And I'm not that slow. It would appear that I am, but I mean, trust me, I'm a lot faster at typing. And I think even using the stylus, I'm much better. I think Seti was the third opponent that I chose. No, I think it was this one. Okay. Yeah, this was a loss. Winnie is a pretty beefy tank. And the thing was, is I didn't color stack against her because I had already used up my strongest darks, which I probably should have used for this team. Had it been better not I chose this hero, I mean this opponent, that one's left for interpretation. The thing was is I thought that the the flanks and the wings were kind of easy. And now I remember I stacked against the Toon Horgal because I knew he was probably to me the biggest threat. So that's why I chose the ones that I did. I chose Revna for Reflect, and Marjana and Shazy Jing I chose for the Dispel. This is not who I originally chose. I rearranged all of them all because I didn't want the two healers to be side by side. Because I used to play like that, and it would get me mad when they would do a hit three combo on my two healers side by side and take them both out. I will say ahead that I did not win this match. The board started off fairly nice, and as I continued, I wasn't getting my my red matches. I used I think another mistake I made is Shazy Jing. I should have waited until after Winnie went off because I used her before. But I think I know why. I think I used her because that that poison is uncleansable. But also she's also Shazy Jing is also not that great of a hero to for this war type because she doesn't double poison. If she hits the same three, it just negates what she did earlier. And C, because Domisha got off twice, she ended up taking out one of my strongest heroes. And as you could tell, the board's pretty kind of whack at this point. It's going to be mainly nature. I wish that Marjana had gone off twice and not Kalau. This is pretty much how most of my team was demolished. And I was trying to do a match that wouldn't hit Winnie. I think at this point I fled because I knew that if she healed, I would have gotten 0 points for that one. Okay, so we're going to. I'm so embarrassed to show this, but the next flag, I made a very, very pivotal mistake. Kind of wish I would have gone after that team. But this is the one that I chose because I don't see Anushka as a big threat. But this was a very frustrating match, and you'll see why. But I'll tell you why. So what ended up happening is I wasn't sure on which secondary is it pronounced Triceri or Triteri color that I wanted to use. So that's why I kept going back and forth. And what ended up happening is instead of pressing enemy info, I end up pressing the fight button, which I've done before. And it's just such a stupid mistake, but it was a very costly mistake. I think I wanted to use Mysterio and Liana, but I wasn't exactly sure who I wanted to choose. And this is where it all goes downhill from here. But as you can guess, I don't win this one. And for the life of me, I could not kill the tank. And I don't find out why until later. And as you can see, the board just doesn't have any holy matches. Had I charged up Guardian Gazelle and which I'm kind of thinking I should start now after looking over this, I probably should give Guardian Gazelle the bigger troop so she can go off first. I think for the holies I have a level 23. So I think I should give her the level 23 troop instead of Leonidas because I do want Guardian Gazelle to go off first, followed by Leonidas and June. But that combo is tricky because June's fast and he goes off before Leonidas. And I rely on this costume version of Leonidas for his elemental defense down. In retrospect, this was already over before it begun. But I thought that maybe I could take out the tank because I thought that I could, but I just couldn't. She kept healing. I think this is where I get wiped out by Ariex. And forgive me if I'm not pronouncing the names right. Oh yeah. Oh, I avoided complete humiliation by fleeing. Hmm. And here's all the exposition that you need. It's just so dumb to make one simple mistake and it just costs you everything. I think at this point I was just furious and I wanted revenge. I wanted sweet, delicious candy apple revenge. And that's why I went back for this team. I had someone else in mind, but I couldn't go out like that. Spoiler alert, I did get my revenge. And it was a caramel apple. I chose this version of Scotty because the original just doesn't do enough damage these days. She can't even take out simple minions. And I remember on the last war, well, the previous one to this one, using her, even though she went off twice, she wasn't able to kill any of the minions. And I think it was Pengy, Mother North, the director Zuri. It was Bera and a fifth person, a fifth opponent. And Scotty went off twice, and she didn't kill a single minion. So this one, the costume version, hits three, and I think she has a stronger hit. So that's why I chose her. And I find out why Anushka just wasn't dying because every time she receives, and this is one of her passives, every time she receives an ailment or a negative stack, she, I don't know what percentage of health she receives, but it's what kept her alive because in the previous battle, Costume, Costume Leonidas and June kept inflicting her with ailments, so she kept healing and healing and healing. So that was the reason why. I actually kind of like doing commentary now. There's a bit of, I know I could have gone for the left side, but I wanted to take out Cupido. Oh, going back to my previous statement that I lost Lishu here. I was going back to oh, by the way, costume. This version of Regard is such a G. I love him being a monk class. All right, so going back to my previous commentary, I was going to say that there's a bit of there's a plus side to playing without commentary, and then going back and commenting the video after you watch it, because it's sort of like watching a scary movie or any kind of movie that you have to be very attentive to. Sometimes you don't notice things until you watch it again. And sometimes doing commentary during play can be a bit of distraction. But also, the plus side of it is that you're able to slow down because you see, without commentary, I'm going through these attacks very quickly. And I know that was one of my problems. I play very fast. I would always play my wars just like I would play my time battles. Like I have a time limit. And there is beauty to playing slower because you examine the board quicker and you can also plan ahead. I chose this one right here and I underestimated the team, not the team, but the opponents. I didn't see them as a big threat, and unfortunately, I was underpowered. And now that I'm looking here, there were so many other ones that I could have taken, but I chose to take some of my weaker heroes. I thought I think for me, I thought, and look, I had Brimstone and Elizabeth. I could have taken that team. I don't know why I chose different. I think I was trying to, no, I know what I was trying to do. You'll see who I choose. So let's just wait to the team. I get to the team. I was very indecisive here. All right. So the reason for choosing Goldie and Mysterio is because I knew the opponents had a lot of ailments and I wanted to reflect that back to them. I chose Dark Lord so I can snipe at least a tank or one hero, and I chose Gravemaker for a very fast hero with an added ailment. The Custom Sabina is for the cleanse and ailment protection. And I didn't start off with the thing. The bad thing about this board is that I didn't really start off with a good board. I didn't get an opportunity to use Goldie at all, and the board didn't give me the opportunity to power her up. And not just that, he hit her, and that was a massive hit. Taking her out was very well. You'll see this. You could tell I'm going to lose her. That was a very pivotal loss. And I think I also made another mistake where I should have waited a little bit before using Mysterio the first time. I think this is a way of me playing too fast. I should have used Dark Lord first to take out this tank, and then use Mysterio after. And as you can see, the board dried up, and I didn't have any dark matches to make, and I ended up charging up this healer again. And might I note that the animation over the game's time span has become a little bit more cartoonish. So in the beginning, you had all these, like, look at Gravemaker, look at that firestorm. And then you have all these swords and magical things and things like that. But now you have heroes that throw animals, and I'm talking about Greg, and you have other ones that throw their laundry and shoes. I mean, come on, guys, it's so ridiculous. And I think that they should focus on. You can tell I get no dark tiles here. It's pretty much, this was a loss. I wanted to take out the tank so bad. So I wish that the game would stray away from being cartoonish, and I think the tunes was another way of doing it. And they should focus on the quality of life and kind of reduce the amount of heroes that they're dishing out. But anyway, this is where the video ends.